is going to be a tricky year. There's a lot of different elements that Intel has to navigate between the shortages, the PC market that's probably unsustainably strong in the first quarter is going to slow through the year, and a data center market that's off to a slow start but will accelerate over the year. I don't expect there to be a ton of upside to Intel EPS over the course of 2021, but I am optimistic that they're going to right the ship from the product and process technology standpoint. And so I do like it longer term, yes.
Probably has brought up a lot, Joseph. I mean, listen, I've been I think I interviewed an Intel CEO in like 1998. They were on top of the world, man. Intel Inside, that little ding ding, whatever it was, the logo in the commercials, they were a beast. Then they screwed it all up. Where did Intel go wrong? If you could say, here's the biggest misstep it made and how they're fixing it, what would that be?
Yeah, well, I think they certainly had a lot of manufacturing issues at the 10 nanometer node, which was a 2-year setback. And, that makes everything kind of look bad. I mean, every product gets delayed. It's not just the fact that your manufacturing is late, it's the whole product roadmap got pushed back. And so I think, we're going to have to resolve that. We're going to have to get these products out on time. And I think having a CEO who has credibility with data center customers, who has the credibility to hire the right engineers to get this turned around, I think is really a critical step. So it's a longer term issue that they're in a hole right now. They're going to have to work their way out. But to your point, this company has a pretty phenomenal history, and they have a strong position of incumbency in a market that really rewards that if you can just execute. And so they certainly have seen their slippage the last couple of years, but I am optimistic that we're headed in a better direction.
Well, no doubt they had buyers just based on that history. Well, it's Intel. It's got to come back around. And to be fair, the stock has come up over the last couple of years, just far less than most of its rivals, Joseph. I think that's been the problem. And, of course, back basically to its peak of 20 years ago. In fact, Intel, I don't think, has still gotten to its highs of 1999 or 2000, which sounds incredible. Is Gelsinger the guy to do it, the new CEO? I mean, he was on with Jim Cramer last night. He looks good, says the right things, got a smile. He's optimistic. Can he run the business?
Yeah, I think he is really excited. I think this is his dream job. And I think he's bringing a sense of enthusiasm back to the employees that we talk to at Intel. So I think there's a lot of goodness to that. I think Intel's been a little bit demoralized by some of the challenges of the last couple of years. And I think he's bringing that enthusiasm back. And he's really aiming at a much wider scope. He's not just looking at restoring Intel's core businesses, but he's looking at building a bunch of new businesses. And I think investors have some trepidation about that. It's going to take time, and there's going to be some investment. And, I think it's very important that you get the employees to be confident, that you get that enthusiasm built in. And now, to your point, he's got to execute. And certainly he has a track record of doing that, both at Intel and at other companies that have, a lot of credibility with the most important decision makers in data center and cloud.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.